Once upon a time, there was a young guy named John. He was 24 years old and had a lot of troubles in his life. He felt like everything was piling up on him, and he wanted to control everything. But whenever things didn't go as planned, he would get really upset and disappointed. One day, while he was trying to find answers, he came across the teachings of a famous philosopher called Miyamoto Musashi from Japan. Musashi had some really wise things to say. John found Musashi's words very interesting and decided to seek his advice. He hoped that Musashi could help him find solutions to his problems. John approached Miyamoto Musashi with a heavy heart, pouring out his frustrations and expressing his desire to find inner peace and contentment. He explained how he constantly struggled with accepting the reality of his life, often trying to mold it according to his expectations. This relentless pursuit of control left him exhausted and dissatisfied as the world rarely conformed to his desires. John sought guidance on how to overcome this never-ending cycle and find a way to embrace life as it is. Listening attentively, Miyamoto Musashi smiled gently and began to share his wisdom. He introduced John to the first principle of acceptance, the art of letting go. Musashi explained that acceptance involves acknowledging and embracing reality just as it is, without trying to impose our expectations onto it. He emphasized that by accepting things as they are, one can find inner peace and avoid unnecessary suffering. Musashi shared with John a series of practical tips and techniques that could be applied in his daily life to cultivate acceptance. As John sat with Musashi, eager to learn how to cultivate acceptance, Musashi began by explaining the importance of recognizing the drawbacks of imposing expectations onto reality. He emphasized that expectations often lead to disappointment and a constant struggle for control. Instead, Musashi encouraged John to embrace the freedom of letting go of control and accepting things as they are. To help John live in the present moment, Musashi guided him through a mindfulness exercise. He encouraged John to pause and take a few deep breaths, allowing himself to fully experience the sensations of each inhale and exhale. Musashi explained that by bringing attention to the present moment, without judgment or attachment, one can find peace and contentment in the here and now. Musashi also shared a valuable technique with John for transforming setbacks into stepping stones for growth. He asked John to reflect on a recent challenging situation and identify any lessons or opportunities that arose from it. By shifting his perspective and viewing setbacks as valuable learning experiences, John could reframe his mindset and use those experiences as catalysts for personal development. Additionally, Musashi emphasized the power of gratitude in cultivating acceptance. He encouraged John to keep a gratitude journal, where he could write down 3 things he was grateful for each day. By practicing gratitude, John would shift his focus from what he lacked to what he already had, fostering a sense of acceptance and appreciation for the present moment. Throughout their conversations, Musashi reminded John to be patient and compassionate with himself. He emphasized that acceptance is a lifelong practice and that it's natural to encounter challenges along the way. Musashi encouraged John to treat himself with kindness and understanding as he navigated through life's ups and downs, knowing that self-compassion is an integral part of the acceptance journey. By incorporating these practical tips and techniques into his daily life, John gradually learned to cultivate acceptance. He discovered the power of releasing expectations and embracing the present moment, finding freedom and peace in doing so. Through the practice of seeing opportunities in setbacks and expressing gratitude, John transformed his perspective and opened himself up to a life of acceptance, growth, and fulfillment. Now, as John shares his conversations with Musashi and practical instructions in his book, The Power of Acceptance, The Art of Letting Go, start today. Readers can embark on their own journey of acceptance, armed with actionable techniques and a deeper understanding of how to apply them in their everyday lives.